home loan deals, and we're ready to tailor a home loan package for you. Visit www.bendigobank.com.au today to find out more. Loans subject to lending criteria. Fees, charges, terms and conditions apply.
Sponsoring Mitchell Community
There's
Radio.
the first throw up for the day. No one won it down. It was Lorimer against Cruiser, and the ball spills out. It's on the ground. Trying to break away from it there, Kilmore. They do so now, and a quick kick there to Joe Slattery. Gets the ball into the half-forward line. Harrow gets his first kick. It's a toe poke off the ground, and Kilmore are into attack in the early part of the game, but the defence of Melton standing up strongly. Oh, there's a high tackle, is it, on Chris Callett. Play on called the umpire. He gets it back up to the wing. Kilmore can raffle it. There's four of them there. Finally comes out to Slattery, who drives it forward and finds Alec Desmond. He gets around the man on the mark, goes short looking for Harrow, but cutting across is Kane Bullen to take the mark in defence. Now Bullen comes around this grandstand side, or the scoreboard side of the ground for Melton Centrals, and there's a bit of direction going on there, Joe.
Josh Bamford just brings it in now to number 5, Andrew Hunter. They go to ground. Picked up by Kilmore.
Nicky Sheldon, that was. He got a hurried kick up forward, and I can't see any
Joe
more.
Slattery there gets a toe
Slattery's
poke
had
down
his
into the
third.
pocket, and Harrow gives chase. It's going towards the boundary. Who's going to get there first? No one. Boundary umpire will take a throw in.
The boundary umpire wins again. By gee, he has a few wins through the day, that guy.
Does he what?
Gee whiz, young Joe Slattery's showing a bit. He's had 3 touches, 3 kicks in the early part of this game as the ball comes down forward, kicked off the ground for Kilmore, but it's out on the full, and a free kick will be taken down back by Matt Martin for... No, not Matt Martin, that's Chris Caracellis, is it?
He had a good game last week, Joe Slattery, so hopefully he can continue in that form.
Now, Melton to bring the ball in, and they will keep kicking it to our blind spot, but we'll try and get around it. It goes back. They're fiddling around with it in defence, Melton. They get the
There's
kick
the
out.
boy again.
There's Slattery again. Takes the mark. Half-forward line. Right out on the wing. He goes into the centre of the ground. It's over Harrow's head. Finally comes out to Crumpy, skirting the pack as we suggested he should do. It bounces in the goal square. They go for it. Desmond picks it up. He's trying to get a hand pass away in the goal square, but he's bundled over the line and through for a behind. First score of the game to Kilmore as Kane Bullen about to kick in for Melton. Oh, that's a risky old kick. He did get it to Andrew Hunter. Hunter goes further afield and gets it out to number 31, who's not on our list, but we'll chase that up. He comes infield to Jared Scott. Scott drives it up towards the centre of the ground, and taking the mark is Fredrickson. Fredrickson gets it across in turn to Paul McNamara for Melton. McNamara goes across to Steve Gamble. Gamble has a shot on goal, and he's put it through. A goal to Stephen Gamble for Melton Centrals.
Yeah, good goal there to Melton Centrals. Just left that man unattended in the centre of the ground, which could have been has been a little bit costly, actually, Tony.
Yeah, I'll say it has. It was a very costly mistake, that. But anyway,
Nat Richardson
is
31.
31. Ah, right. There he goes. Thank you. Yeah, Nathan Richardson is 31. We did get that change earlier. It's just that I can't read my own writing. All right, ball back in the middle, Joe, and we're about to have another throw up. Cruiser in the ruck for Kilmore, and Andrew Lorimer in the ruck for Melton Centrals. Cruiser might have won that. Went to no one in particular. Trying to get away with it was Benny Taxmarcus, but he was pinged very heavily, and he's been pinged for holding the ball. Gee, that's a hard call.
Very hard call, Tony.
We'll carry on. Marcus Webb it was. Now Melton Centrals go forward again, and Adam Fenton scouting out wide. Kick smothered. It bounces to a teammate, goes back to Fenton. Fenton looking for somewhere to go with it. He tries to do a 360. Now that should have been holding the ball, but anyway, we won't argue there. And picking it up and dashing away for Kilmore is Anthony Barbic. Barbic gets it out onto the wing on the far side of the ground, stacks on the mill. There's 2 against 2 out there. Kilmore come away with it, but the umpire's found a free kick, and it's going to Melton Centrals. Now they'll bring the ball inboard, come into the centre of the ground. Oh, little double hands in the back there. Nathan Richardson actually took the mark. He tried to get a hand pass away, but Desmond captured the ball. He got it over to Webb. Webb goes back looking for a teammate. He finally finds one, but they can't break clear with the ball.
Simmons
now they do. And bursting through with it and dashing away is Cody Phillips. He gets it up to half forward. Harrow. Harrow's got his first mark. Used the body brilliantly. And Paul Harrison from 35 metres out will line up to put Kilmore's first on the board. Gee, that was good, hard, tough play in the centre there. They just wouldn't give up, Joe.
No, that was great work by Tristan Simmons, in and under, and he got down there, showed the composure, flicked out the handball to the running player, and a beautiful delivery to Harrow, as you said. Great use of the body.
Now Harrow comes in, he lines it up from 35. The goal umpire crouches like a monkey on a vine, but he says it's all clear and through for 1 goal.
That's a good start by Kilmore, Tony. They're showing a lot of endeavour. They're moving the ball well.
And I'm sure that'll get rid of all the nerves that Harrow may have had stashed up inside. A good mark and a beautiful kick.
Yeah, lovely kick. Hard coming back after 6 weeks, as you're saying. He's probably just trying to find his feet, and it's good that he's found them early.
And the Central Forward scoreboard shows Kilmore 1-1, leading Melton Central's 1 straight goal. Now, Melton Central's won the knockout. It burst down, came to McNamara, who gets a kick up forward looking for Fredrickson. Couldn't find him. The Kilmore defence standing tough at the moment. The umpire says no, you were a bit too tough, and there's a free kick to Melton Centrals at centre half forward. He goes forward looking in turn for Nathan Richardson, who seems to be everywhere at the moment. He picks it up, slips over, gets it in turn back to Fredrickson. Fredrickson comes backwards. He in turn finds McNamara. Back to over there Chris Kellett. Kellett, a hand pass. Finally comes forward, and there's a mark to Melton Centrals, taken by Fredrickson. He's 45 metres out. He goes looking for Fenton. It goes to the back of the pack, and lurking again is Steve Gamble. And Gamble's got his second for Melton Centrals.
Good work there by Gamble. He didn't contest it. He let the one man go up, the old one up, one down. He stayed down, spilled over the back there, and a lovely goal for his second, Tony.
Yeah, well, the ball was obviously intended for Adam Fenton, but Gamble was behind him, and the mark spilled to the back of the pack, Joe, and
he was there.
Gamble was there, put it straight through from about 7 or 8 metres out. So, back 2 goals. 12 to 117 on the scoreboard, Melton Central's way. As the big men come in to do battle again. Up they go. Nice knock out to Cruiser. Got it 25 metres forward. But there's no one home for Kilmore, and it's finally picked up and kicked away by Glenn Ryan for Melton Centrals. The kick comes up to the wing, this side of the ground. Brad Corneli bursts through. Following up there, as always, is Alec Desmond. He gets a kick in looking for Harrow. Bounces in front of him. Lovely little tap away by Harrow. That was clever to Benny Tax Marcus. He gets it up to the forward line. Porkchop grabs it and passes over to Crumpy. Crumpy has a go at goal, but it's missed to the right-hand side and just through for a behind. Now, all that was the direction we were talking that Paul Harrison can provide them up there. That beautiful little tap away, Joe.
Yeah, he's certainly given them an option across that half-forward line, which is probably what they were lacking last week. So it's great. The guys are coming out of the midfield. Harrow's presenting up forward, and they've got someone to kick to.
And Crumpy, as we've seen twice now, has been able to rope the pack. There's the kick in for Melton Centrals. Bounces, taken by Porkchop. I must stop calling him Porkchop. But his kick is cut off, and Melton Centrals are in the vanguard here as the big fellow Lorimer takes a mark on the far wing. He gets a hand pass away. It comes forward for Melton Central through Andrew Hunter. He gets it up looking there for Adam Fenton. Ball's on the ground, and there's a free kick going to Kilmore. What for? I'm not sure. Goes to Corneli. He hand passes across to Sheldon. He gets it across in turn to Desmond. They're going around that outer side. Desmond's kick looking for Harrow as a stray, and it's pushed over the line and out of bounds.
It's good to see Kilmore regrouping now down in the back line. They're just manning them up, getting back on their men. Probably a little bit loose at times, but now they're just getting back. They're really starting to play tight football, Kilmore.
Well, what we're seeing at the moment is an evenly balanced contest, I'd say, and we're in for a good game, I'd reckon, mate.
Yeah, look, Kilmore's showing a lot of dash. Melton Central's some great passages of play, so both teams are really keen and eager on a win here today.
I'll say. There's the throw in once again, and this time Harrow goes up, gets it down, a kick forward for Kilmore, looking for Crump, but it's knocked away from him and over the line and out of bounds in the forward pocket, 10 metres around from the behind post. But again, Kilmore doing well, and that time it was Anthony Anthony Barbic that sent the hole forward. Sorry, Ant. There's the throw-in. No one can get it. It bounces. Umpire's whistle goes, and he's found a free kick to Kilmore. Yeah, free kick to Kilmore, and it'll go to Jared Tilley.
He's well within kicking range here, Tony.
I'd suggest, Joe, he's 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
Right footer, so that's his preferred side.
He's lining up very deliberately too. There's the kick. It's on its way. The goal umpire likes it. Gee, I like that crouch the goal umpire's got. He's very impressive the way
Straight through the hay diddle that one, mate.
And never in doubt. And Kilmore move along on the central forward scoreboard to 2-2 leading Melton Central's 2 straight goals.
You need more than a great product to be a great Ford dealership. You need after-sales service, genuine spare parts, A1 accredited workmanship, and most importantly, great deals. For a new Ford deal you thought only others got, Central Ford Kilmore, LMCT 8179.
Sponsoring Mitchell Community Radio.
Okay, back here, the ball about to go up again in what is turning out to be a very exciting game. Now, Brennan's in the ruck. He won the tap down. Kilmore go forward again, up to the half-forward line. Desmond can't pick it up. He's paddling it in front of him. Gets it finally. Hand passes over to Harrow. Harrison has a shot on goal, but it's out of bounds on the full. And Melton Central will relieve the pressure. And
had plenty of the ball, Desmond.
He's down there. Sorry?
Plenty of the ball, Desmond. He's playing really well.
He's going well, yeah. And young Joe Slatter, he's been in everything.
Yep, Harrow's presenting up. He's had plenty of the ball as well.
Yeah, as Batten is about to take the free kick for Melton Centrals. He comes around this side to the blind spot. Brennan got 2 hands to the ball but couldn't mark it. Taken away by Kane Bullen. Bullen's kick up to the wing. There's a push in the back. Did the umpire see it? Yes, he did. And it will go to Shane Frederick.
Simmons.
It's gone to Simmons. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Simmons got that one?
Yeah, I'm quite at a loss. Anyway, Melton Central's with the ball bursting through the centre, and Nathan Richardson was there. He's the man that's causing them a lot of problems. He gets it across to Josh Bamford. Bamford goes short into Steve Gamble again. Gamble 55 metres from goal. He lines it up looking for Fenton, but he kicks it to absolutely nobody, and it hits the behind post, and the umpire has signalled out of bounds up against the behind post on the full. And it will be a free kick back there to Kilmore, Joe.
Yeah, just come off his boot there, Tony.
It did.
Luckily enough for Kilmore, Big Brennan's up. Ball goes to the ground. Simmons on it again. He's trying to get the ball out. He's probably grabbed high there. The umpire says no. It's a bit patchy down there at the moment. Simmons still at the bottom of the pack. The umpire's decided.
The umpire's coming in to bowl it up. Gee, Steve Gamble copped one there.
Yeah.
And he was down and looking worse for wear. Now, there's the throw up again as they come in. Over the top this time goes Andrew Lorimer, gets it down to a teammate. It's on the ground. No one can pick it up. Finally comes out to Glenn Ryan. Ryan goes around one, goes around 2. Hand passes to Chris Callett. Callett lines them up from about 35 metres out, but his kick's astray, and it's rushed through by James Aquilina for Melton Centrals, and they move along to 2-1. And Kilmore 2-2 in what is a very, very interesting game. Now, there's the kick in, and it goes to Sheldon. And Sheldon takes the mark, tried to scunge 50, but it didn't work. Fredrickson on the mark. Now, Sheldon goes backwards. Not quite sure that's the right thing to do, but the ball, because the skills just aren't there. And it comes into Melton Central's possession and taking the mark, Glenn Ryan in the middle of the ground.
Again, nothing out of that really, Tony.
Absolutely nothing, and that's the decision-making we've talked about so much. Comes up to Gamble, who has a shot on goal for his third, and he's got it.
He's on fire.
Well, he is on fire. And, after getting that heavy knock just moments ago, Steve Gamble bounds into goals 35 metres out and puts it through.
And you're right, Tony, that decision-making, that was fairly costly. They went to switch, but it's too late. If you're going to go to the switch, you've got to move it quick and break open the play. It just took far too long. Then Kilmore and Melton Centrals were all over it.
That's exactly right, Joe. And if you go the switch, you need your players free.
That's right.
Into the area you're switching, but all that was available was a one-on-one contest.
Yep, no advantage there. Brennan up in the ruck. Brennan gets it down. Tasmarcus in for the chase. Joe Slattery goes in well. Gets a handball out there to Simmons. He goes back. Who's got that now? Good little chip, and Alex Desmond takes the ball, feeds off the handball, straight out to Jared Tilley, who gives it over to Tasmarcus. He takes a mark, settles, scrappy kick, gets it down in front. And a heavy tackle there.
Yeah, beautifully trapped by Crumpy on the half volley. And he was tackled by the big fellow down there, the ruckman for Melton Centrals, Lorimer, and caught him high, and Crumpy's got the free kick.
Yep, about 35, 40 out, Tony?
He'd be 40 out on a very, very slight angle, Joe.
See what he can do.
He comes in, lines it up very deliberately. This is bread and butter for Crumpy, surely. There's the kick. It's on its way. Oh, bread and butter.
Beautiful
bread, butter
kick.
and jam, that one.
Straight
and
through
there's the third goal up for Kilmore. And that's 1 to Simon Crump. Harrow's got one, and I can't remember who kicked the third one, but that's unimportant.
Seesawing scores at the moment, Tony. They're still going goal for goal here.
They are, and it's a very open game. It's flowing along nicely.
It's great to see the young guy, Joe Slattery, really getting involved. Michael Brennan, this is the young contingency at Kilmore, and they're really standing up. And just with those on-field leaders, as you said earlier, Tony, it's probably just given them that little bit extra.
Well, it gives them that little bit of direction, and it gives them a lot of confidence. And, that's like they're not going to be pushed around. There's a nice little backhander from Jared Tilley in the middle of the ground that the umpire saw, and a free kick goes to Paul McNamara. McNamara for Melton Centrals gets it up to the half-forward line. The big fellow, Luke Castle, lumbers through, puts a couple to rest as he goes. The ball spills out to Jared Scott. He has a ping on goal for Melton Central. And again, Joe, we're going goal for goal.
Beautiful left foot snap, that. Really good work. Probably a little bit undisciplined there, but, Jared Tilley wasn't going to sort of take anything.
No,
and got busted.
He stood up for himself and did get busted. And you heard it first on OKRFM's football because we had the glasses right on it. But that was a really good goal from Jared Scott. But what about Luke Castle, the way he just brushed him aside as he came through? Now, Tilley's done it again. And the same scenario. They're getting right under his skin in the middle. He's given the free kick away. It goes to half-forward line. And again, swooping on the ball is Jared Scott. He couldn't get it to anyone. Fenton's in there, but a free kick's been plucked out. And it will go to Kilmore. There's the kick around the outer side of the ground, and Harrison takes the mark for the Blues. Now, what's he going to do with it? He's looking for Crumpy, bounces in front of him. Again, he grabs it on the half volley, but I don't know what he can do with it. No, it's forced away from him. Comes back into view. This is like calling the races at Oakbank as they all pile onto it on top. No one can get an advantage. Surely the umpire's going to bounce it. No, he's picked out a free kick, and it'll go to Melton for a high tackle.
Bit rough there on Saunders. Saunders was playing the ball the whole time and ended up getting penalised. I thought he was a bit stiff there.
Well, compared to some of the times. Now it comes into the middle. It's taken by Marrett. Marrett gets it across to Jared Tilley. Tilley, you owe him one, but he's missed. Just across to the right-hand side, and it's another behind for Kilmore. And you might look over my shoulder there, Joe, and the score is...
We've got the score there. Kilmore 3-3, trailing Melton 4-1 at the moment, but only 4 points in the game, Tony.
That's right, and what a good game it is too.
That's good. Melton Centrals bring it up on the wing, but there's Michael Brennan again. The young man takes a very safe grab, goes back, just settling play now, drives it long. Harrow's down there. Oh, Cruiser in front. Ball comes down. Melton Central's take it out through their Kane Bullen. Another handball out. In pursuit now is Glenn Ryan. Ball spilling loose still. It's coming out a bit sloppy at the moment.
Yeah, no one can get a real handle on it, but picking it up there is Marrett for Kilmore. Drives it up to the half-forward line. In the vanguard is Glenn Ryan. He's been solid in defence, and he comes away with the ball once again after a hand pass from Andrew Hunter. He gets it up to the centre of the ground. There's a free kick, surely to goodness. And it goes to the big fellow, Luke Castle, for Melton Centrals. He gets it up to the half-forward line. One-on-one out there, and Kilmore are going to win clear, and they win clear there through Brad Cornelli, who gets a wild hand pass over to the boundary line, taken by Michael Ryan. Ryan drives it forward, but it's been punched away and over the line and out of bounds, centre wing, far side of the ground, as the umpire goes under the fence to retrieve the ball.
It's a good game at the moment. A lot of pressure being put on by both sides, Tony. They're both working really hard at the ball.
And both sides scoring liberally when they do get it into their forward line. So I reckon we're in for a cracker. There's a hurry kick for Melton Centrals, but again it's found the boundary line and over the line. This time, it's gained about 35 metres around the boundary there, Joe.
In Melton's direction.
In Melton's direction.
The ball is up in the ruck now.
Now Cam Jackson comes into the ruck this time for Melton, but the big fellow Brennan wins it down, gets it across to Webb. Webb goes on to Slattery. That looked good, but he spilt the mark at the last moment down there. Did the Kilmore player. However, it comes back to him, and that's Crumpy. Crumpy gets a kick around the body, but it goes straight to an opponent who takes it into the middle where Kane Bullen gets it. He's tackled. Hand passes to Fredrickson. Fredrickson gets it up high in the air. It comes into the half-forward line for Melton Centrals, looking for Fenton. Fenton, his man's all over him. Taken by Cornelli for Kilmore. He drives it into the centre of the ground where Alec Desmond accepts the pass. Desmond goes long, high and wide down to the forward line. Sitting on the ground was Crumpy. He got it over to a teammate who had a ping on goal. That was Nicky Sheldon, or was it Marcus Webb? One of the two, and they've kicked it behind. Melton wastes no time getting it out to this side of the ground, and Paul McNamara takes the mark there in front of Hayden Wolf. Now McNamara's kick comes around, but there's a good mark for Kilmore on the wing, taken by Mickey Marrett. Marrett with the ball.
Nicky Marrett just spilled that, just turned that over then, and Melton Centrals take a fairly easy mark deep down there in that forward line for Kilmore.
Now they try to come through the centre, but breaking away and doing it well is Barbic for Kilmore. He gets it up looking for Harrow. A tussle out there, a good tussle. Harrow was absolutely swamped by two. Could have got a free kick, but didn't. The ball's on the ground. This umpire's letting it go fairly long, and finally blows the whistle and will come up to bounce at half-forward line for Kilmore. Centre half-forward, as a matter of fact.
Harrow very stiff there not to get that free kick. He just dropped straight into his back.
Now it's driven forward for Kilmore there by Benny Taxmarcus, but taken away by Chris Caracellis for the Melton Central team. He gets it out to the far wing. Another kick forward. Leading in the race for the ball is Fredrickson, but it beats him over the line and out of bounds. Centre wing, outer side of the ground here at JJ Clancy Reserve in what's been an enthralling opening quarter. And one I'm sure both teams would be hoping to turn on. There's certainly a lot of competition out there, Joe.
Yeah, it certainly is. 20 minutes played now into the game. So,
now Melton Central's come away with it. It goes up towards the half-forward line. It clean bowls two players. Fredrickson is on the end of it. He got a hand pass out in turn to a teammate who's heavily tackled by Kilmore. Brad Cornelli, and Brad Cornelli's won the free kick.
He's done well since he's come on, Tony.
He has.
Getting right involved.
He's getting very much involved and giving him a little bit of grunt down there in the back line. But the kick is an absolute shocker. Goes straight to an opponent. And there's 50 metres as Brennan, ran across the mark in the protected zone. And that's going to put the Melton player well within score. It's a short 50.
It's nearly time here at quarter time. Cornelli probably that should have gone back then, kicking off that one step,
taking a
Tony.
little more time with
Exactly.
it, that's for sure. Now, Melton Central's lining up for their 5th goal.
Kilmore 3-4, Melton Central's 4-1 at the moment.
There's the kick. It's on its way. The goal umpire seems pretty satisfied with it. So do the Melton players. And that goes to Paul McNamara.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Best new Ford deals ever.
Best new Ford deals ever. Who?
Central Ford, Kilmore, for the best new Ford deals ever. Deals you thought only others got.
Central Ford Kilmore, LMCT 8179.
Sponsoring Mitchell Community Radio.
And after a very entertaining first quarter of footy, we see the scoreboard showing Melton Central's 5 goals.
1 leading Kilmore 3-4 with only about 30 seconds to go, Tony.
Thanks, Joe, as the ball up comes down, sniped away from the centre by Alec Desmond. He's been fantastic. Big kick up, hits Crumpy on the chest, bounces off. The umpire's found a free kick and it's going to Kilmore.
Oh, this is...
It's going to Crumpy for being held, and this will even the score. Well, it'll put them a goal closer anyway, right on the siren. And this will be Crump's 2nd goal. As the siren sounds, and Simon Crump lines up from just 20 metres out. And I've already marked it down as a goal, so he better not, let me down. There we are, right over the goal umpire's hat. If he was a pigeon, the goal umpire would be in trouble. But another goal to Kilmore, and they move along to 4 goals for
28 tone to 5-1, 31 Melton Centrals. What a crackerjack first quarter.
It's been an absolute ripper. And free kicks are 8 apiece. Goals are 4-5. Stats around the ground show it's pretty even.
Yeah, the umpire's been pretty good.
As I say, 8 free kicks each team. That's a lot in a quarter of football, but most of them have certainly been there, Joe.
Yeah, certainly. And I don't think they're doing a bad job. There's probably 1 or 2 that, the umpires missed, but I don't think it's been detrimental to the game at all. The guys are doing a good job.
It's had no effect on the game, that's for sure. It's been good, although there's a little bit of rough up again.
A bit argy-bargy.
Yeah, they're really getting under Tilly's guard here. They've really got him upset. And that's Paul McNamara, who's been the chief protagonist there.
Benny Tasmarcus is going to bat for his mate too. It's good to see.
Now, Melton Centrals break away with the ball. They go forward through Andrew Hunter. Hunter gets it up to the half-forward line. But again, the Kilmore defence stands tall. Although he's wrapped up there, put to ground on the half-forward line. The umpire says you were tackled high, and getting the kick is Benny Taxmarcus.
I think he's changed number.
No, Marcus Webb. Sorry, I was looking at the whiskers. He gets it out to Harrow. Harrison turns onto his right foot, gets it up looking for Desmond. Desmond taps it to his own advantage over his head, then recovers. A hand pass away looking for Sheldon. Sheldon's cop one high.
Yeah, you got to pay that. You got to pay that. His intention was the ball, and he's clipped him high.
Yeah,
fair call up.
That was Nathan Richardson that went through there and collected Nicky Sheldon. Sheldon just pops it up looking for Crump, but it's punched away from him. No, it's not. The umpire's found another kick, and Crumpy's going to get another free kick.
We've got a man down here, and it looks like
It's
Tristan Simmons.
Tristan Simmons, yeah.
Only his 2nd game back, Tony, and I didn't quite see what happened there with that congested play, but he's down. Trainers in attendance.
And they're talking to him. He's throwing the head back in a bit of pain there.
Yeah, not looking good. Meanwhile, Simon Crump's lining up for his 2nd goal.
It'll be his 3rd.
His 3rd.
Lobs at Joe,
Yep. That's right. He kicked that one just before the quarter-time siren, Tony. And he kicks through.
He's got this one too. That's 3 for Crumpy. And the scores move along to Kilmore. 5-4. Leading Melton Central's 5-1. A 3-point game, 34. Plays 31. And interesting to note that every one of Kilmore's goals, Joe, has come from a set shot.
Yeah, and it's good to see that they're kicking through, the boys. The 4 points that have gone through, we've seen a couple of rush behind, so they've been very accurate today.
Yeah, and good to see. And that goal came about through Harrow's play again, winning the ball at half-back and really driving it forward. He certainly had an effect.
He's having a big impact on the game.
Now, there's the throw-up. And again, the big men go for it. Possibly winning the knockdown there was Lorimer. It goes down into the half-forward line for Melton Centrals, but Kilmore through the auspices of Hayden Wolf drive it clear. Wolf gets it out to the centre wing, goes to Webb. Webb gets it up forward, but it's over the line and out of bounds on the centre wing. And we'll have a throw in, far side of the ground, centre wing, with Kilmore 3 points in front.
Yeah, boundary throw in now. Ball comes to ground. Spilled out. Good handball there. Desmond flicks it back out. Kilmore drives forward through. I couldn't see who that was. Tony, you might know him by sight.
Now it's on the half-forward line, right on the 50-metre arc for Kilmore. And Stacks on the mill. The umpire comes in and says, fellas, I'll break this up. I'll throw it up. Right on the 50-metre line, Kilmore into attack. The umpire telling him which way he's going to come out of the pack. Up it goes, and Lorimer gets a good knockdown, and Melton Centrals are going to break away here through Matty Martin. Martin's kick was smothered, but the umpire's
found a free kick.
Found a free kick, and it's going to Nathan Richardson. Richardson.
He's playing a very strong game, Tony. Nathan
Been
Richardson,
in everything,
doing really
hasn't
well
he,
for
Joe?
Melton
Yeah,
Centrals.
now he's kicked from half back, goes up onto the wing. Where Adam Fenton, he's a long way from home. He sat unceremoniously on his tail, but he gets up, dusts himself off, gets it across to Glenn Ryan. Now Ryan holds play up as they wait for Fenton to get back. And now Adam Fenton is back in the half-forward line, but chopping across and taking an easy mark is Big Johnny Cruiser. He gets it out to Ryan. Ryan goes further forward and finds Harrison. Harrison, he's been in everything. A great comeback. He gets it up to the centre wing. A good spoil there for Kilmore by Webb. Webb got it further around, looking for Nicky Sheldon, but it was punched away from him by Big Kane Bullen, and it's over the line. Again in the half-forward line for Kilmore as they persist with this attack, Joe.
Yeah, they're doing well, Kilmore. So the boundary umpire will throw it in now, and I think we've got Michael Brennan's going up in the ruck. Brennan up against Andrew Lorimer. Ball comes to ground. Umpire's found a free kick for holding, I think.
And it will go to Lorimer. Now, Lorimer looking where to go. He's going to go down the line. And he kicks to a 1-on-2 contest. Could have been a bit of holding there, two Melton Centrals, but the umpire let it go. They finally come away with the ball. It ends up in the hands of Glenn Ryan. Ryan with a hand pass out wide. Now they drive forward, and they've finally found Adam Fenton on a lead, and that's what he does and does so well. Adam Fenton, that lead was on a long way out. A beautiful lead, a beautiful kick. And Fenton now lines up about 45 metres out from goal on a pretty acute angle.
Just about touching the boundary line there.
Yes, he's looking for a short pass, but getting across and cutting it off with Kilmore, and they force it to the boundary line and over the line for a throw in.
It's great work by Nick Sheldon there.
It was terrific work. He made a lot of ground, did Nick. And he cut that pass off because the pass was on target. Now, Kilmore win the knockout through Cruiser. It comes to the ground. Nobody's game to bend down and pick it up. It's kicked forward by Melton Centrals through for a behind.
There's a hurried snap there by Robbie McCoy, but couldn't find the goals there, Tony.
No, and as I said, nobody was game to bend down in the pack there and pick it up. It was like a public school game.
Bit of hot potato.
Yeah, hot potato 1, leapfrog 2. As the ball's about to be brought in.
We've got Jared Tilley and Michael Ryan down there. I think they're going to work something together, no?
Now Tilley's taking the kick in. He goes to the outer side again, and it's over the line and out of bounds
Don't know if that was the best option there, Tony.
I'm damn sure it wasn't. That's a couple of ordinary options Jared Tilley's had. Now, from the free kick, it comes inboard and taking the mark for Melton Centrals is Jared Scott. He's already got a goal on the board. He's 45 metres out and looking for his second. Scott runs in. There's the left foot kick. It's right into the teeth of goal. No one can mark. And Big Cruiser punches it through. No, it hasn't gone out of play. Cruiser was trying to get it through the goals. Benny Tasmarcus picks it up. He's going to clear it out of the danger area. Melton Centrals are in control, 2-on-1, but Kilmore doing well and force it to the boundary line and over the line and out of bounds, far side of the ground.
Brennan comes off. He's just going to have a bit of a rest. So they're working the interchange all right here now, Kilmore.
They are. Melton Centrals in attack. Up goes Cruiser, gets the knockdown, but immediately arrested is the Kilmore player, and he's pinged him for holding the ball. Gee, you don't have to be dead to be stiff, Joe. As Melton Centrals take the kick and Fenton gives another... No, it wasn't Fenton out there. It is coming back inboard. That was another silly mistake from Melton that time as it comes across and Tilley takes the ball, drives it out to the outer side, and again he's managed to put it out on the full.
Yeah, they need to just settle down and show the composure that they were, both sides actually, in the first quarter. They seem to be hurrying their possessions, Tony.
They do indeed. Now the kick goes up looking for Fenton, and Fenton between two Kilmore players takes a really good grab. He's on a very acute angle, but he's only 20 metres out, 25 metres out, Joe.
Yeah, it would be a pretty hard kick from there. He might go the check side kick, Tony, but he's sitting right on the boundary line there.
And he was running around a lot in the first quarter without a lot of success. Looks like he's going for the check side as he runs out, puts it on its way, and by Jove, he's got it.
That's a cracker.
That was a real beauty.
And Luke Wilson comes on now for Melton Centrals.
For the biggest decision in your life, you need the best advice, and that's where Barry Plant Real Estate kicks a goal. Buying, selling, renting or investing, Barry Plant has the score on the board. And with offices in Kilmore, Wallen and your red carpet experience is just a hand pass away. barryplant.com.au, your gateway to real estate excellence.
Sponsoring Mitchell Community Radio.
I'll show you at half-time.
And we move along to the scoreboard, which says
6-2-38, Melton Centrals 2, 5-4-34 Kilmore. So a neck-and-neck game here today, Tony.
As Kilmore drive into attack again, a bit of holding on behind. Crump gets the run of the ball, picks it up, turns it around his body. It's heading for goal, but it's just missed to the left. And a point for Kilmore. And Melton Centrals to take the kick in, and it's a very short kick in, and it goes to Caracellis. Caracellis goes out wide, where actually dropping the ball there was Monument. He got it away to a teammate. It goes around the ring. Cruiser around the wing. Cruiser couldn't quite mark it. Ball hits the ground. Cruiser showing a lot of toe. Picks it up from the ground and gets a kick inboard, and there's a good mark.
It's a great grab there.
It was indeed a great mark there by Kilmore, and it comes across to Crump. And Crump's got the ball, and Luke Crowley taking that mark in the middle of the ground. Gee, he was down low, he had to do it, and he got straight to his feet and found Crump on the lead, going for his fourth goal, Simon Crump.
He's doing well now, Crumpy. He's really come alive and come into the game, and it's what we didn't see him doing against Lansfield. He's presenting up, but he's also working hard to contain the ball.
Now the wind catches hold of it. I'll tell you what, I reckon he's got his fourth.
He has.
He has indeed. Simon Crump with 4 goals for Kilmore, and on the Central Forward scoreboard.
Kilmore go to 6-5-41, leading Melton Centrals now 6-2-38.
There we go. And what a game we've got on our hands. A 3-point ball game. Kilmore in front. The teams are going goal for goal.
Neck and neck, isn't it, Tony?
It is. It's really great to see.
And some good football, some good passages of play.
Yeah.
Ground's in great nick, so the boys have got no excuse. It's a dry day. The sun's out. Ball goes up, Tony.
It does, and the big men fly with Lorimer winning it down for Melton Centrals. Goes forward by 20 metres, but it's on the ground. Cornelli gets a quick hand pass to Corey Phillips. Phillips goes further afield and finds Tilly. Tilly's wild hand pass goes to no one in particular. It's tunnelled back, but Melton Centrals cut it off, drive it forward. It's into the half-forward line. A good punch away there in defence for Kilmore, but it goes straight to 3 Melton Central players with Bamford picking it up. He gets a hand pass across. Another hand pass comes back to Fredrickson, who has a ping on goal, and he's missed.
Very lucky there, Kilmore. Lucky to get away with that.
Yes, they were.
Very lucky. The players, I think Kilmore punted that the ball was just going to go their way. Melton Central's turned it over quickly, and a 2-on-1 contest, but didn't work their way. Melton Central's very lucky, Kilmore.
There you go, and we've got a report on Tristan Simons, who we saw go down. He's got a pretty nasty knock in the ribs, Joe.
Yeah.
He's pretty sore at the moment, and they're not sure whether he'll be able to make it back on the ground at all. But he didn't look too good, but he's up and walking around, which is the main thing. And hopefully he'll be all right, and we will see him back on the field, but he did get a nasty knock in the ribs.
He certainly did.
Michael Ryan will take the kick in for Kilmore from the fullback position. Which side is he going to go to? He'll go to the other side because there's only Melton Central out here, and the kicks Australia was looking for a teammate with a short kick, but it fell down. Melton Central drive it forward through Callett. Callett gets it across to a teammate, finally picked up there by Glenn Ryan. He tries to swing it around his body. It doesn't work. He gets it over to a teammate who has a ping on goal, and it's through. And was that Adam Fenton again?
I'm not too sure there, Tony. I can't see his... That takes the score now to 6-5-41. Melton Central's just leading 7-3-45.
And we'll try and pick that goal kicker up for you. No, it was Glenn Ryan, was it?
Glenn Ryan?
Glenn Ryan? No? Not sure.
We'll have to ask the statistician.
We'll go to the statistician and we'll get his expert opinion.
Luke Castle coming on the ground now for Melton Centrals as the ball goes up. Big tap, pretty even in that ruck duel contest, but Melton Central's come away with the ball. Ball spills to ground. Tony.
Richardson gets it across with a lovely hand pass straight to Fredrickson. He runs into an open goal and Fredrickson doesn't miss this time, and he's put it through for another one. Shane Fredrickson on the board for Melton Centrals, and the Central Forward scoreboard, Joe, will move along to...
And that'll move along to 8-3-51. Melton Central's leading Kilmore 6-5-41, and I think that's about the biggest margin for the day so far, Tony.
It would be, yes. They've been going goal for goal up until now.
They certainly have. Robbie McCoy coming on, Joe Slattery going off in the little interchange there for Kilmore. As the umpire comes in, we've got big Michael Brennan in the ruck, and he's going up against Lorimer. There. Andrew Lorimer up. He just wins that tap there, Tony. Ball goes to ground.
Could have been a free kick there to Melton. Yeah, might have been a bit unlucky there, I think, Joe.
Definitely, mate. He's all over his back there, mate.
He wore 2 of them. Yeah. But anyway, the umpire says, no free kick, I'm going to throw it up. And again, the big men do battle. And again, winning the knockdown was Lorimer, but it went straight to Shelton. Shelton was pounced upon. And the umpires found a free kick, and it will go to Glenn Ryan.
He's called dropping the ball there. I don't know how he got that out of that. But
no,
anyway.
Neither do I. Bursting through Kilmore. It comes across to Tax Marcus. He gets it across to Webb. They go forward, and it beats the Kilmore player in Luke Crowley over the line and out of bounds. But Kilmore are in attack, and they did well to repel that burst from Melton Centrals.
I've been informed it was number 2 that kicked that goal before as well.
You're on your Louis. Gentleman, yeah. Louis. Thank you. That's
so number 2, James Aquilina.
James Aquilina.
Ball down there now in the pocket there for Kilmore. Everyone bunches up and the umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
There you go. And, yeah, I can see now I agree wholeheartedly. Okay, there's the throw up, and Melton Central's burst away with it, run it right through the centre, but it's over the head of all players, and Kilmore are going to pick it up easily, and through Cody Phillips get it out to the wide wing. Taking the ball out there is Hayden Wolf. Wolf goes in board. No one can mark it, but leading in the race for it is Aquilina. He can't pick it up. It's on the ground again. By gee, they're going in hard for it. Glad I'm up here, not out there. Beside, it's cold out there as well. As picking it up, Mick Marrett.
It's in the back.
Drives
surely.
it forward for Kilmore. But again, it's bundled up by the Melton Central centre line. There's a wild tackle there, and a free kick will be paid to Melton Central. And if you're not careful, you'll get another 25-metre penalty.
Yeah, it's sort of probably generating a little bit of frustration now. The umpire needs to get a handle of it again, Tony.
Yeah,
a few
Ryan
calls
takes
there,
it in the middle for Melton Central, gets it up forward. Anthony Barbic is there for Kilmore. He gets it across to Luke Crowley. Crowley goes into the middle and finds Harrow. Harrow drives it to the centre half forward position. Almost a good mark there to Jared Tilley. He recovers on the ground, gets a shot away towards goal, but dropping back and taking it for Melton Central as Carasalis. He's been very, very solid in defence. Now, what's the umpire called?
We talk about those options. You know, Johnny Cruiser was standing there probably 25 metres out from goal. Tilley had just settled a little chip to John Cruiser on his own, and it could have been a different scenario there.
Yeah. Now, Carasalis takes the ball and drives it around to a teammate in Glenn Ryan. Now his kick goes up to the centre wing. Leading in the race for the ball there is Andrew Hunter. He picks it up, gets a kick away just before he's bundled over the line. Leading in the race for the ball is Gamble, but it's going to beat him and his Kilmore opponent over the line and out of bounds. Half forward line for Melton Central, and a throw-in will take place.
6 minutes to go, Tony.
6 to go, thanks, Joe. And it's really been a fascinating game of football.
It's been a great game of football. Very competitive at the moment. Only 10 points in it, so can certainly go either way.
My word, you wouldn't like to pick a winner this far out because the teams seem very evenly matched. And we're going to have another throw-in, centre wing, far side of the ground.
Umpire throws the ball in. Big Michael Brennan up in the ruck, up there against Cam Jackson. Ball goes to ground. Very congested out there on that centre wing at the moment. They're all throwing themselves at it. What's the umpire done here?
Going to throw it up.
Throw up, says the umpire. Big fly there by Michael Brennan. Get the ball. Big fist, but didn't travel too far. All congested again.
And the umpire will come in. He looked a bit like a Qantas 747 flying through the air there, did Big Mike Brennan, as he wins the knockout again. But it comes to Melton Central. They're trying to burst clear. It's near the boundary line and over the line and out of bounds it goes, just in front of Kane Bullen.
Very tight football at the moment, Tony. Both teams very desperate to get their hands on the pill.
Yeah, and neither side asking or giving any quarter whatsoever, Joe.
There's no latitude in the game at all, and so any errors are costly.
My word, they are. As the ball comes inboard into the centre, taking it there is Chris Callett for Melton Central. He runs in looking for Fenton, and he's found him. Beautiful
pass that, just nice one to Fenton straight off the ground, and Fenton's doing well. He's leading up, giving the boys plenty, and as a defender, you can't do much about it.
It's always been his strong point, Joe. He's a brilliant leader, Adam Fenton, and when the team are on song and kicking to him like that, he is a real danger player.
Yeah, it's certainly hard to stop delivery like that. It was a beautiful pass.
It was. And that's a couple as he comes in. There's the kick. The goal umpire moving across. It won't make a goal. And Kilmore would be best to bundle it through. He's the player legged and will get a free kick. The Kilmore player right on the goal line. And he's very slow to get up.
He got one in the head too,
Hayden
I think.
Wolf it is.
Or Wolf, was he? Sorry.
Wolfie. His kick comes out to this side of the ground. There's a good mark at the back taken by Matt Zanini. Now, he's going to get 50. No, 50 metres is going to woof from the kick before. So sorry, Matt, that stat won't count.
Good grab.
It was a great grab by Matt. And he might have done a hammy the way he's holding the back of his leg. Now the ball comes out to this side of the ground and chipping in and taking the mark is Paul McNamara for Melton Centrals. He runs around Harrow on the mark, gets a kick up towards the half-forward line. Oh, they waited for it to fall into its arms without attacking it. It comes out to the big fellow Castle. Castle gets it across to a teammate in Chris Kellett, who has a ping on goal and barely sneaks it through for a behind.
Strayed that well to the right, Tony.
Yeah, he did indeed. He's normally a better kick on the run than that, Chris Kellett.
Cody Phillips to kick in. He kicks in short and goes in there to Hayden Wolf.
Now, Wolfie has recovered from that thump in the ear he got, and he's going wider around the boundary line there, Joe.
And he gets it into Kilmore now. Drive it up through the attack. In there, holding the ball now is Matt Zanini. Matt Zanini coming into the game a little bit. Kilmore playing around with it a little. Up we go.
Good mark.
Kennelly lets it off, gets the handball out, brings it out to Harrow. That's a little wide and a little over the top. Big Pork Chop can't get to it. Michael Brennan, and it goes out of bounds. Boundary umpire says, I'll have a throw-in. Boundary umpire here now ready to throw it in right in front of the commentator's box. Ball goes up. Great tap out there by Michael Brennan, doing well, but scouted
by Fredrickson for Melton Centrals. His kick, however, is going to be cut off by Cruiser. Cruiser gets it across in turn to Tilly. Tilly's going to change direction. And out there he was looking for a teammate. But again, I doubt if that option was the best one. It comes away with Andrew Hunter picking it up. His kick smothered. Again, it goes to Hunter. Hunter gets a hand pass across in turn there to McCoy. McCoy for Melton Centrals is going to drive it forward. And there's an easy mark taken there by Josh Bamford. Bamford with the ball. He's going to send it up to the full forward mark. Here's a one-on-one contest and Adam Fenton just too strong there. And
and the Kilmore player still holding his hammy there,
takes
Tony.
the mark, Zanini. And we've got a Melton Central Putlea hobbling in the centre as Adam Fenton will line up for his second goal for the day.
Minute and 2 seconds to go on the clock.
Oh, there's no doubt about that one. Straight through the middle for Fenton. And takes the central forward scoreboard, Joe, to
9-4 Melton Central's 58 to 6-5 41 Kilmore. So Melton Central's just getting a better handle on the game in this second quarter, I think, Tony.
They are, but Kilmore not giving up.
Buying or selling real estate in the Mitchell Shire? Then it's the Premiership team at Barry Plant Real Estate you really need to see. Local knowledge and experience, award-winning service, convenient locations in Kilmore, Wallen and Broadford all add up to a red carpet experience for you. barryplant.com.au, your gateway to real estate excellence.
Sponsoring Mitchell Community Radio.
And while we wait for the ball to be bounced, Woodend Hesketh 3-2-20, trailing Rockbank 7-3-45, and Romsey 10-4-64, leading Sunbury Kangaroos 3-1-19. Wow, is that a big result? Now, the ball's on the ground, still in the centre. No one can win it clear. Players going in hard. There's a tunnel out the back, and it's got to be a free kick to Kilmore. And it will be taken in the middle of the ground.
Luke Wilson's come off injured, Tony.
He has, as taking the kick for Kilmore, Jared Tilley sends it up to the half-forward line looking for Harrow. He couldn't quite make it on the full. Picks it up beautifully on the half volley. Gets it across to Marcus Webb. Webb goes in board. He's looking in turn there for Benny Tax Marcus, but it was knocked away from him. And breaking the lines and running away with it, Melton Central goes straight through the middle. The kick goes up to the half-forward line. Nicky Sheldon is there. He picked it up, got a kick, but it only went as far as Jared Scott. Scott goes in board. Nice spoil by Kilmore, but it comes down to his opponent, and Melton Central on the siren have a shot for goal, but it's away to the left by Chris Kellett, way to the right, the other left, that is, Joe.
Yeah, that's the one.
He's been terribly inaccurate, Chris. He usually does better than that. But that was great play, breaking the lines from the half-back line there by Melton Central. And Kilmore a little bit lucky to get off without a goal being scored against them. Now, the half-time scores, Joe, for Central Forward.
Half-time scores there, Tony. Melton Central's 9-5-50 and leading Kilmore a 6-5-41. But, I think Kilmore's just lost a little bit of composure there. We've got... it was actually John Walsh that's come off for Melton Centrals, not Luke Wilson. So if Mrs. Wilson's listening, your son's all right.
So that'd be 58, 9-5, 58.
59.
9-5, 59.
That's the one.
There we go. That's the other 9, Joe.
Yeah, that's
like
the other 9.
left.
Yeah.
So 9-5-59. Melton Central at half-time leading Kilmore 6-5-41. It is an 18-point lead to Melton Central's, but I would suggest that the game is far from over. And joining us up here in the commentary box, beauty overtakes experience, as we've got Kathy. Oh, hi, Kath. You've got one of them of your own.
I've got one of them of my own. How are you, Tony?
I'm very well,
How's
thanks.
Joe doing?
Yeah,
I haven't heard a bit
great
yet. I've been
guns.
over at the netball